Hello horror fans and welcome to Gus Knows Horror. Today's hot topic is movie scenes that have freaked me out, made me want to sleep with the light on. Now, I'm a seasoned horror film watcher. Not a lot scares me anymore. So most of these movies are from films that I watched when I was maybe a teenager, just kind of getting into maybe like 15 rated stuff, 18 rated stuff. But honestly, these scenes still freak me out. And there is very few of them, but they've made an impact, so I need to talk about them. And also, don't come for me in the comments saying, "That's not scary, I didn't find that scary." I do. And fear is subjective, so you telling me that it's not scary is like telling me not to sneeze when I need to sneeze. So let's all just share our scariest moments and not be like, "That's not scary." The first movie that is going to go on this list without me having to even think about it, it's not even a movie scene, it's the whole movie, is The Grudge, which is a remake of the Japanese one, Ju-on. I still can't watch this movie. It's horrible. I hate everything about it, but in particular, the scenes that I dislike is when there's a character going home and she lives in like an apartment block in Japan, so there's a lot of stairs. She comes out of the lift and the lift isn't working or something, so she has to go up the stairs and then she hears something down the stairs and yeah, you just see a little glimpse of something that's crawling up. And another scene that I really don't like is near the beginning of the film where a character goes up into the attic, and I was just kind of relaxed because it's near the start of the film. They're not going to be putting any big scares in. I was pretty chill. And then this big, creepy, pale, long-haired face just comes out of the darkness, all, you know, that noise. Oh, and another thing, you think that you're safe in your bed, as long as you're covered up with your duvet, you're fine. But no, in that movie they shatter that as well, and it comes out underneath the duvet, sucks her into some kind of bed oblivion. So that was great. And sticking with the whole Japanese horror remake thing, I'm talking about The Ring, which was probably one of my favourite horror films as a teenager, just because it was the most scariest thing that I'd ever seen in my whole life. And the one scene in particular that I still shut my eyes for is, you just hear the words,
"I saw her face."
And that's it, I'm done. I'm closing my eyes. I'm not looking at what's in that closet. I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me. Samara crawling out of the TV is meant to be like the big scare of that movie, but no, for me it's the I saw her face scene. I was traumatized by that. Another scene is by M. Night Shyamalan, or M. Night Shyamalan as I like to call him. And he gets a lot of shit, but I really like M. Night Shyamalan's films. I even liked The Village, and that's saying something. My hands are sweating thinking about it. I mean, it is hot in here, but Signs. The scene in particular that I just, I don't like it. Let's just leave it at that. Is when the little girl, Bo, I think her name is, like comes into Mel Gibson's room and he's asleep, and she says like,
"There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?"
I mean, I didn't even see it the first time I watched it. It took a few rewatches for me to see it, but it's just a split-second shot with that horrible zoop noise. And I think it's just the fact that you're like, who is that? How, if that's a human, how did they get up there? And the fact that it's all left to your imagination. And then another scene is where you see the foot in the cornfields kind of go into the corn. It's just a small glimpse, but that works. Less is more in horror, in my opinion. And then the one that everyone talks about is the scene where Joaquin Phoenix, I can't say his name, Joaquin Phoenix is watching the news and the alien comes out at a birthday party. Just out of nowhere. I mean, aliens don't care. They will crash your birthday party. They do not give a shit. Yeah, I think Joaquin Phoenix really sold it by like ending up in the coats. And a little bit of Stephen King. Pet Sematary has one scene in it The rest is fine. Like, I'm even okay with the Achilles getting done with the scalpel. That, it doesn't bother me. Gore, I'm fine with. But the scene where Zelda, I think her name is, she's got like some kind of bone disease. She's like all bony and like emaciated, and her eyes are all sunken and her hair's all stringy. And I keep like seeing her back like all lumpy and gross. I mean, I think that was a man playing that character, even though it was her sister. It was a man, which just makes it like something's not right about them. So it just makes it a bit unsettling. The next film that I found scary is very polarizing within the horror community, I think. Some people love the franchise. Some people are kind of like, meh, it's just so cliche and predictable. But The Conjuring did scare me, I'm not gonna lie. But one scene in particular is when they're playing hide and seek in the first Conjuring film, and they do the hand clap to, you know, so they can find each other. And then some hands just come out of the wardrobe, and you know that no one's in there. And you know that she's gonna go look because she thinks there's someone in there. So it's kind of like you're in the know and the character's not, so you're kind of like, oh, don't do it, don't. Another scene from that film that really freaked me out was when the two girls are asleep in bed and there's like a weird smell, and she gets like pulled from the bed a little bit, and she wakes up and she's like pointing like, there's something behind the door, and you can't see anything, but that just makes it even more scary. And another film that's very polarizing in the horror community is It Follows. A lot of people think this movie is so stupid. I mean, if you had to explain the plot to someone, it is stupid, but I just love the style of it. I love the soundtrack. And there's one scene that haunts my dreams or my nightmares, and it is in the house, and she's just come through the doorway, and then this big, tall, looming man just kind of comes out of the shadows, just out of nowhere, and he's got like no eyeballs. I mean, what is all that about? And the actor that played the tall man died recently, so that's sad. So maybe, you know, he's off haunting someone now. Imagine. Well, I hope you've had a good time, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!